Hey everyone, good afternoon. Mitchell back here on my Sports Hub YouTube channel. This is gonna be picks for the upcoming huge college football weekend. There's only 4 weeks left in the regular season. It's crunch time before conference championship play and playoffs start and bowl season. All that good stuff. The holidays are kicking off soon. Thanksgiving, Christmas, one of my favorite times of the year. And college basketball is also starting tonight. So to get back on track on college football, let's go up to see. I previously did it by technical difficulties on my first video, but I have West Virginia beating Texas Tech in a battle of 3 and 5 teams. I think the winner of this game will definitely get a high chance of being bowl eligible if they win out, because you have to be 6 wins to get bowl eligible. Other than if they had to fill 5 wins teams spots, which has happened before the last few years, because there is a ton of bowl games in college football, and yeah, they're both battling to keep their bowl hopes alive, so that might be a good one to start the day. And I'm just curious on the channel. It's on ESPN2, so that's an interesting channel choice. I would think it'd be ESPNU for a lower ranked game, but whatever. We have a big matchup coming up. Penn State and Minnesota. This is a feature game. Minnesota's kicker Holder, he was on College Game Day segment. He survived cancer 4 times. And now he's going to have one of the games of his life to be on the field against Penn State, one of Minnesota's biggest games in a couple of centuries ago. And yeah, I really don't know. I think it's going to come down to a field goal where Penn State wins, but we'll have Minnesota cover the spread here. And that's going to be a really fun game. I saw Sean McDonough and Todd Blackledge's team in Holly Rowe. They're going to be calling that game. They call the second biggest game of the week when there's college football Saturdays, and yeah, they are a really good crew, so I'm looking forward to tuning into that one. Next, we have Baylor and TCU. TCU is also fighting to keep their bowl hopes alive, and they still have the same head coach. They have the same chemistry, but they've lost a lot of close games, and Baylor is just tough overall. They had a really close game, 17-14 last Thursday. I was watching the end of that, and I think they're gonna get revenge, and they're gonna play a lot better, and they'll beat TCU for them to get a big statement win to stay undefeated. Man, I forgot how good Baylor is. I mean, they're eligible for a New Year's Six bowl right now. That's how good they are. Lots of potential. Hasn't happened ever since Bryce Petty was the quarterback there. So, wow, I see a lot of impressive statistics from Baylor. Let's go with them there. November 9th, I have Louisville and Miami. Excuse me for saying the date. Louisville and Miami. I think Miami's going to also get this one done at home. I think they'll win by more than 5. LSU Alabama. This is the biggest matchup arguably of the whole year. 2 versus 1. It's going to be awesome to watch. Joe Burrow and Tua, if Tua is playing, I think it's going to, if you watch my preview earlier, it's going to be an offensive clinic if Tua plays. But if he doesn't, I think it's going to come down to the defense if Joe Burrow isn't as consistent as he usually has been, because they're going to be playing a tough environment in Tuscaloosa. So I'm really predicting a big defensive matchup, especially that it's in Tuscaloosa, as mentioned. And I think Alabama will pull it out by a field goal. But go Tigers. I mean, yep, go Tigers. I'm going to pick them because this is the spread, and I'm in a spread pool for CBS Sports. You can win $1,000 if you pick them perfect compared to others. So, yep, we'll have LSU covering the spread because Alabama is actually favored by a touchdown, 6.5, and that's actually very surprising for 1 versus 2. But like I said, they're tough at home. It's going to be hard for LSU to beat them, honestly. And that will be a defensive matchup to me. So 2:30. This is an ESPN game. Kansas State and Texas. This will also be a good game. Texas almost lost a few weeks ago at home. That would have been a major upset. But I have them beating Kansas State to improve to 6-3 and become bowl eligible officially. Not November 9th, but yeah, same day. I think Arizona State will get this one done. They're at home. They're 63% favorites in this pool. Iowa, Wisconsin, this is the third game I'm looking forward to the most. because Iowa has Nate Stanley as their quarterback, and Wisconsin's really trying to get it going with Jonathan Taylor and company. They're trying to get in a good enough bowl game, New Year's Bowl, all that, but they're definitely out of the playoff situation, and even Michigan's ranked higher as a fan. I'm excited about that, but Michigan's a lot higher ranked than Wisconsin by a couple, and yeah, I do see them beating Iowa at home, though. This will also be a good game. I think this will actually be a shootout just because Jack Coan has been a stud for Wisconsin, and so has Nate Stanley. And when they play each other, I think them and Iowa, when they face each other, because they're in the same Big Ten division, it's going to really come down to the end. It's going to be a tough Camp Randall environment, and I think Wisconsin will cover this spread, and I think they'll also win the game. I think Georgia will definitely cover the spread on Missouri. I don't see that changing, even though South Carolina upset them at their home field a few weeks ago, 3-4 weeks ago. It was about a month ago already. Wow, time flies. 7-1 versus 4-5, South Carolina. South Carolina keeps their bowl hopes alive when they beat Georgia, but they still need 2 wins to officially become bowl eligible 100%. So I think they might be Appalachian State, but this will come down to a field goal. I really am high on Appalachian State. They were 20th in the nation last week before losing on the road in a really tough game. So I think South Carolina is just going to get it done. It's a really tough place to play, Bryant-Denny Stadium, and I think they would have a big win. They would also get back to 500 if they won, and that would be big because then it puts App State at 2 losses when they had more bowl aspirations coming. So if that happens, App State won't really be in a big bowl game anymore. They will probably play before December 23rd for bowls. To keep the process going here, we have Washington State and California. I think Washington State will definitely get this done. California is just not that good this year. They're just not. I mean, I know both teams are 4-4, but California just doesn't have it. I know if it comes down to a field goal and whatever, but I just don't think California even really, I'm not really impressed with them. Wow, Notre Dame playing Duke. That's ACC network, but that's very obvious. Notre Dame will definitely beat them, as they had a really close game last week, but they got it done at home in a really tough matchup. So Notre Dame will get that game done. This is actually interesting. I think it'll be under. So NC State will have the under, but Clemson will still win by at least 2 touchdowns. So it's under the spread, as you guys can see. Clemson's favored by 30.5, which is really, really high. And I don't really believe in Trevor Lawrence as much this year as compared to last year. And I really want to see Clemson and Alabama both not make the national championship, even playoffs in general, because they're there like every year. Time to have some new teams interest the college football world and explain why there should be an 8-team playoff. Before bowl games, I'm going to do a whole segment on why 8-team playoffs will be very necessary for college football. So please stay tuned for that and tune in. Iowa State and Oklahoma. This will also be a good game. It'll come down to Jalen Hurts and company. They'll definitely cover the spread, and that'll probably be a blowout as they beat Iowa State, and Iowa State will still have a few more chances to win before getting the 6th win. Wyoming and Boise State. This will be good, I think. I think it'll be under a touchdown. I think this will be defensive. I think it'll be 15-18. So let's say that's at 34 for total points. So yep, that's what I have, folks. I hope you guys enjoyed my pick'em segment, and hope you enjoy the rest of the day. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment.